All right, Sarah, who's our interpreter for Murakami?
It is Kiko? Let me see.
And what's the language?
Japanese. And I have not seen Mr. Lazarine though.
Oh, he's in here.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Miss Fujikawa, can you hear me?
Your Honor.
Okay, very good. We have Yoko Murakami here. We're going to go ahead and get started. We're on the record in 23 CCR 236715, stated Texas versus Yoko Murakami. If I could swear the interpreter in, if you'd raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will truly and accurately translate from English to Japanese and from Japanese to English, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Very good. You'd state your name and license number for the record, if you have a license.
I don't have a license. My name is Akiko, Akiko, Fujikawa, Fujikawa, Your
Okay,
Honor.
very good. Now, if you just interpret everything stated here.
I understand.
All right, Mr. Lazarine, we are here on a status conference. Why don't you give me an update on the case? Please pause for interpretation.
それでは、ラズリンさん、今日は状況の進捗状態を聞きますので、よろしく説明してください。通訳の方が通訳いたします。
Yes, Your Honor. The short story is that Mr. Scoville and I have met. I've reviewed all of the discovery. I've discussed all of that with Ms. Murakami. We are working towards a resolution. We do not have one yet, although I hope to have one, but we are very close. And I believe we will have this resolved before the next status hearing, Your Honor.
はい、ありがとうございます。私ですけれども、私はスコベルさんと話し合いまして、そしてディスカバリーの内容について検証いたしました。また、森上さんと一緒に、こちらの方も見まして、そして、解決の方にですね、進めておりますけれども、できたらですね、もうその状況は非常に近くなっております。従いまして、次の、ですね、進捗の報告までには、おそらく解決まで行きつけると思っております。
All right, Mr. Lazarine, thank you for the update. I've made note of it. You and your client are free to go.
もし何かさらに進捗がありましたらおっしゃってください。もしそうでなければ、こちらで終わりにしたいと思います。
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, have a good day.
You too. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. The interpreter is dismissed.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Sarah, do you see Mr. Zuniga?
I do not.
Okay. Well, he's not in person.
Jacob said he has not appeared.
All right, who's our Mandarin interpreter? We'll move to that case next.
She did not submit her form. She is in person, and Annie Scott just got rehired today.
We'll come back to that one. All right, we're on the record in 23 CCR 235751, State of Texas versus Sumero Kuaja. Ms. Moreno, would you care to give the court an update?
Yes, Judge. So we have received offers from the state. I think neither of which my client would, be willing to accept. So I was just gonna ask for a little more time to get with Mr. Scoville to kind of maybe submit a packet. She's not eligible for the typical programs due to the high blow. So just enough time for us to kind of get a packet in.
So pre-trial conference is on October 10th. Are you going to be able to have all of that taken care of and a decision from the DA's office by then?
I think that's probably enough time.
Thank you for the update. You and your client are free to go.
Thank you.
All right, let's do Mackenzie next.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. All right, we're on the record in 23 CCR 235789, State of Texas versus Morris McKenzie. Ma'am, counselor, if you would give the court an update.
Yes, Judge. So I actually just sent an email out to Ms. Chapa regarding the offer that was conveyed to us on Mr. Morris. We are not at this time willing to accept that offer. I did send her what I believed to be sort of a counter offer. Again, I just sent it, so I would need her to read that and see if there's an agreement that we can come to by the next setting.
Okay. Y'all need to work on it. Pre-trial is on 10/10. It'll be here before you know it.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you for the update. You and your client are free to go.
Thank you, Judge.
Is anybody coming in the place of Mr. Lane?
No.
Your Honor, for that case, if we are talking about Ms. Lopez, I don't want to speak on behalf of Mr. Lane, but I do know he's been in contact with my office. I believe he reached out to Ms. Sarah. An agreement has been reached. We just needed a plea date on that case.
Hello?
Ms. Lopez,
Yes, sir.
your attorney will not be here today. We're passing your hearing, but it's my understanding that he will be reaching out to the court here soon to schedule a new date.
Yes, sir. Sounds good.
You're free to go.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You do the same. Mr. Breston in the waiting room. Do you see him?
I just got an email. William Rowlett is appearing for him.
Okay.
Hello?
Mr. Ronlet, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're on the record, 22 CCR 227329, state of Texas versus Rakeem Collins. Mr. Ronlet, earlier today, Mr. Collins's bonding company submitted a surety to surrender to the court. After review by the court, it was granted. A new bond has been set. He needs to turn himself into custody.
Well, Your Honor, you might recall that he is currently in custody in Paris, France. We're not sure when he will be released. And I think I saw on the court website this morning that the trial he had set for, I believe sometime in October, has been canceled.
That's because the surety was granted earlier today.
I understand. Well, he's already aware of his surety withdrawing, and I've explained it to him before we were on Zoom here right now. So he is aware of that, Judge. And I guess it's just a matter of whenever he's released from the French penal system, it will be when he returns to Texas, and I don't know if he's going to be turning himself in or there's going to be marshals arresting him at the airport. That remains to be seen, but he's aware of all that, Your Honor.
Well, he's got a new $10,000 bond. So
Does it have to be that high, Judge? He's always made his
his prior bond was 7,500. So
okay.
I didn't even double it.
Okay. Thank you, Judge. Does he have a new trial date, or can we get that, or you're just going to wait?
Once he's taken into custody,
Yes, sir.
arrested, and he gets his arraignment date, we will give him a new trial date at that time.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Y'all are free to go.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Thanks.
Judge, Mr. Zuniga is here. Do you want to do the interpreter cases?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and take care of those. Start with Bautista. Jacob, if you bring Bautista into the room.
Yep. Oh, okay.
We're on the record in 23 CCR 235806, state of Texas versus Teodoro Bautista. If I could have the interpreter raise her right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will truly and accurately translate from English to Spanish, from Spanish to English, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Zuniga, why don't you give the court an update on the case? Please pause
Yes.
interpretation.
Yes, Your Honor. So we have a plea agreement in this case. We just need to set it for plea. We need a date that works for both me and my client.
Ms. Pizzaro, we can't hear you.
My apologies, Your Honor. Tenemos un acuerdo, su señoría, ya para un convenio declaratorio de culpabilidad. Solamente necesitamos una fecha para que se realice el acuerdo en la sala.
Sarah.
I have August 1st, which is this Thursday at 1:30, or Tuesday, August 6th at 9 a.m.
Tengo disponible el 1 de agosto, que es este jueves a la 1:30 de la tarde, o el jueves 6 a las 9 de la mañana.
Which one, Mr. Zuniga?
¿Cuál, señor Zúñiga?
Judge, I think we're going to Tuesday, the 6th at 9 a.m.
Creo que vamos a elegir el 6, martes 6 a las 9 de la mañana, juez.
Martes 6 a las 9 de la mañana.
Tuesday 6 at 9 a.m.
Yes.
That is
Sí.
correct.
Correcto.
Martes 6 del mes que viene.
6th of next month
Yes.
Yes.
this is the interpreter. He's asking about the next month, the following month. That would
Oh,
be
this-
August. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
De agosto.
Okay.
Ok, martes 6 a las 9.
So Tuesday 6 at 9 a.m.
Yes.
Sí.
Ok.
Okay.
All right. He's scheduled for a plea. He's free to go.
¿Está usted ya programado para una declaración de culpabilidad ese día? Ya se puede retirar.
We'll see him then.
Lo veremos entonces.
Ok, muchas gracias.
Okay, thank you so much.
Ya me puedo retirar.
So can I leave now?
Yes, he's free to go.
Sí, señor, ya se puede retirar.
Ok, muchísimas gracias.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, let's bring in the next case. Mr. Lopez, can you hear me? Ms. Pizarro, can you see if he can hear us? I don't know if he's connected with his audio.
Señor López, ¿nos puede oír? ¿Nos oye? Señor López. ¿Nos puede oír? I don't believe he is, Your Honor.
Would you be able to send a chat to him in Spanish, asking him to turn his audio on?
Yes, Your Honor. I have sent a message to him asking him to activate his audio and his microphone so we can hear him.
Okay.
Señor López, ¿nos puede oír? Your Honor, if Mr. Zúñiga has a cell phone for him, I could call him from my office and do the interpretation simultaneously.
Okay.
Yes. I have a cell phone for him. Let me get it. That would be 346-804-5122.
I'm on the phone with him. Señor López, un momento, por favor. I'm on the phone with him.
He can hear us?
Yes, he can hear me, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Zuniga, why don't you give us an update?
Yes, Judge. So we have an offer in this case from the state. I need to meet with my client to see if we're gonna go ahead and proceed with that or work it out, or otherwise, wait for the pretrial hearing. But I still need some more time to meet with my client.
Sarah, is this correct? The status hearings on 10/10? That doesn't seem right.
It got moved because of the,
Okay.
everything.
All right. Well, next status is on 10/10. Hopefully you'll have a better idea of where it's headed at that time.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You and your client are free to go.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Pizzurro, thank you. I believe
Thank
that
you, Your Honor. Have a good day, everyone.
the same. Robert Howell and Rustin Fortan.
Oh, Your Honor. Hey, Colin.
Hello. All right, we're on the record 23 CCR 235-717 stated Texas versus Robert Howell. Counselor, give me an update.
Yes, Your Honor. We received some documents which I forward to Mr. Collins, and then Mr. Collins has also staffed the case with this one of his supervisors. We're still waiting for a few more other documents from different providers because, as you know, Mr. Howell has a few on top of his mental health issues. He's got a few physical issues, which we'll be providing the state. Mr. Collins, or ADA Collins, has said that his supervisor is open to a PTI for Mr. Howell. Once I get all the documents, I will put them together and then see what direction is best for Mr. Howell. That you know, if the PTI is something he could even do, just given he's in a group home. But that's where we're at. I'm sure we will get a resolution. It's just going to be about, I guess, getting him those documents and then us talking out what the best actions are for him based on his situation. And I know that our pretrial is 10/10, so.
It is.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you for the update. Hopefully you can have it figured out by your pretrial conference.
Yes, Your Honor. Are we excused?
Yes, you are. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ready to go. All right, Jones next.
As you heard, that's kind of where we're going. We didn't get the rest of it. They're actually that.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. We're on the record 23 CCR 236673 stated Texas versus Kenyon Jones. Mr. Martinez, if you give the court an update.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Scoville and I, as well as Gavin, prior to this case, have been trying to come to an agreement. There was a new offer that was given by Mr. Scoville recently. I have talked to Mr. Jones about it. He's kind of fallen a little bit on hard times, but he just needs some time to complete some of the conditions that is needed to prior to hopefully our next status setting, Your Honor, in October. But I'm hoping we can come to a conclusion to this case before then, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for the update. Hopefully, let's see, your next status is on 10/10, so you'll have it worked out by then. It sounds like it's a matter of him doing some classes or something along those lines. And
it's something like that, Your Honor. He's been trying, but something just happened recently, like privately with him, and so he's trying to get back and be able to take care of it before the next set.
Very good. Thank you for the update. You and your client.
Thank you. You have a good day.
You do the same. All right, Vega and Barrientos. Mr. Barrientos, it's my understanding your client needs an interpreter. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, my apologies to the court. I dropped the ball there, Judge. It's just the hectic schedules. I just forgot to make an official request. I talked to Sarah not too long ago.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to pass today's hearing because of that. I don't have an ISR form on file. Why don't you go ahead and grab one while you're here, fill it out for the next setting, which is on 10/10 for another status conference, and you can provide the court with an update at that time.
Yes, Your Honor, if I may just make something that would help move the case. I don't have any record, to the best of my knowledge, of receiving an offer in this case.
Well, I'm sure Mr. Scoville will take care of that today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, you may.
¿No es inglés? Oh, he knows a little.
Wait, Mr. Barrientos, you have another case on the docket, so hang tight.
Judge, my client just informed me he knows a little bit of English.
He knows a little bit of English.
Yes. Did you understand what I told the judge?
Yeah.
He said, yes, he understands what I informed the judge. So just.
So are you going to need an interpreter moving forward at all?
I want to get one anyway, Judge, just to play it safe.
Okay. Well, we'll play it safe at every hearing then. So we're going to pass today on him. Mr. Vegas, free to go.
Okay. I didn't see them. Just put something else.
And Jeremy Doze.
He's here, Judge. We just need to. I'll call him.
He's in the courtroom.
Yes, right. He's right here. I'm gonna go get him.
All right, we're on the record in 23 CCR 231-511, 231-501, and 231-504, State of Texas versus Jeremy Christopher Doze. Mr. Barrientos, why don't you give me an update?
Yes, Your Honor. I have received an email from the state. I think it was yesterday or today. Basically, the state has not officially made us an official offer, but they gave us an idea of what the state is leaning in what direction. So other than that, we're waiting for an official offer.
State.
That's correct, Judge. I haven't made contact with the complainant yet. So I'm waiting to do that before conveying a formal offer.
Okay.
I'm having
All
trouble.
right. Next status is going to be on 10/10. Hopefully you've made contact by then. All right. Mr. Doze is free to go. You have another client, Rutherford. I assume they're in the courtroom as well, or he is?
Your Honor, you're free to go. Judge, in the case of Mr. Rutherford, I have not actually heard from him, although I did reach out after making some calls, able to reach his girlfriend and asked the girlfriend to pass the message that he did have court today. So I've not heard from him and I do not see him in the courtroom.
State.
State moves for bond forfeiture, Your Honor. That being said, there was also a surety to surrender filed on this case, I believe today.
I do not have it in the case file.
I think it was rejected for some kind of technical reason, but I noticed the same thing that they attempted to file. Well, they filed, but it was unfortunately rejected, at least from the point of view of the filer.
Sarah, do you have anything?
No, there's nothing in Odyssey.
Okay.
In that case, the state would move for bond forfeiture, Judge.
Bailiff.
Go ahead, 306, Judge.
New bond set at $8,000.
Yes, Your Honor.
All prior bond conditions shall remain in place.
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you, Mr. Barrientos. You're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sarah, have you inputted this into PSRS?
You currently got it done.
All right, let's bring in Zavala.
They can hear you, see. All right.
All right, Mr. Overstreet, I will need you to pull over before we get started.
Well, I waited for almost an hour. So I'm in the middle of a bad spot. Hold on. I'm with my family, so I had to get going. It's my birthday, by the way. Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Welcome. All right, go ahead. I'm pulled over.
We're on the record in 23 CCR 236-703, State of Texas versus Michael Zavala. Mr. Overstreet, would you give the court a status update on the case?
I got all the discovery on the case. I coordinated with the prosecutors last week. This is the guy that we kind of put this on hold because he was a witness in a murder case there that is still not resolved. But I think it's in September or October. But nonetheless, his felony case got resolved because of his cooperation in the murder case. So we're looking to work this out. I don't think we're going to end up trying this case.
Okay. Okay. State, the next status is going to be on 10-10. I mean, obviously the felony's already been resolved. I assume the felony is not related to the misdemeanor.
Yes, Your
It's
Honor.
not. It was an assault, family violence, and it got dismissed.
Okay.
An offer has been tendered for this charge, Judge.
Okay. All right. Next status hearing is on 10-10 at 2:30. Hopefully we can figure out if this will be resolved or not by then.
I have a
Mr.
quick question, Judge, if you don't mind. If we can work this out, when I get back in town on the 6th or 5th, sorry, State, I'll call you. I'd like to move this up for a plea so we don't have to wait that long because I know the client is anxious to get it resolved now that that murder case is over and all that nightmare is gone.
We can put you on the 6th if you want for a plea.
Yeah, let me try to work it out with him, and as soon as we get it, I'll move it up and just contact your coordinator. Is that okay?
That's absolutely fine. Just contact Sarah
Awesome.
and we can put you on a plea date within a week or two.
Awesome. Thanks, Judge.
Thank you. You're free to go.
Yes, sir.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Bye.
Does that make both
Mr.
of us?
Zavala, you're free to go.
Thank you.
All right, we're on the record in 23 CCR 236-799, State of Texas versus Marvin Barrow. Ms. Alanis.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon.
With the status of this case, Your Honor, I did receive an offer from Ms. Chapa yesterday. I have relayed that to my client. We're hoping to become soon to a resolution. And if we do, then I'll reach out to Ms. Toller so we can get a court date and time before the next status hearing.
Okay. Next status is on 1010. If you've come to a resolution on the case, please contact Sarah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
All right, we're on the record in 23 CCR 236-833, State of Texas versus Jacqueline Ybarra. Mr. Stevens, if you'd care to give the court an update.
You're muted.
I think it's frozen. Let's go to the next case. We'll come right back to him.
Hello, Judge.
Hello, Mr. Segura. Let's get your client connected. All right, we're on the record in 23 CCR 236-768, State of Texas versus Simon Mathen. Mr. Segura, if you'd give the court an update.
Judge, I expect we'll have a resolution shortly.
Okay, well, if you're going to come to it, if the resolution will, if you'll get to a resolution shortly, please contact Sarah to set it for a plea. Next hearing date is on 1010 for status.
Very good. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Flores. All right, we're on the record in 23 CCR 236-745, State of Texas versus Oswaldo Flores. Mr. Stevens, if you give the court an update.
Well, he has a felony pending that's on this same, out of the same transaction. all indications are, I don't think anyone would disagree that we are going to deal with the misdemeanor and the felony will go away. It is a criminal mischief. So any restitution will just be piled onto a probation of the misdemeanor. The state is still having some difficulty determining exactly what the restitution amount would be, because he struck 2 fences and one person has responded, and I think they're waiting for the other. Yeah, I believe that's accurate if the state wants to chime in, but that's where we're headed. Since we're not headed to trial, we're headed to probation. But we wouldn't want to start the probation without the restitution being resolved. But I do realize in the state too, we need to resolve it pretty quick. It's just getting older and older.
State.
Your Honor, I have nothing further to add. Mr. Stevens is correct. At this point, we're really just waiting on one of the CWs. There's 2 of them. We've gotten receipts from one. We're waiting on receipts from the other so that I can have a final restitution amount.
Okay. Perfect. Once you get that, Mr. Stevens, just set it for a plea.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're free to go.
Thank you.
You're free to go, Mr. Flores.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
The client should be in person, Judge. Or different-
Waddleton, Christopher Waddleton.
Hey, good afternoon, Your Honor. How are you doing?
Very good. We're just waiting on your client.
Perfect. And I believe he should be up there. Yep.
All right, we're on the record in 23 CCR 237029, State of Texas versus Christopher Waddleton. Mr. DeBlanc, if you would give the court an update.
Yes, Your Honor. So we are still working through his felony cases or case. We anticipate that resolving that case would also resolve these 2 cases before this court. We have the court scheduling order. We understand the deadlines and timelines that we're on. I believe that felony case is set, I believe next month, Judge.
Okay.
And so it's still our anticipation that once that case resolves, it would resolve these misdemeanors as well.
Well, hopefully it resolves it next month and these are taken care of.
Yes, Your Honor. And I believe we're still set according to the court scheduling order for next month, or I believe the next status update is in October.
10/10. October
10/10, yep.
Your Honor, if I may, this case was on a prior discovery compliance docket. Counselor, I still need some type of storage device. There's 330 gigabytes on this case.
We are actually going to be out there tomorrow morning. I can have either Brian or his partner Phil swing by and drop off that jump drive to you. And I'll make sure I get it to them right now to swing by and give to you.
Okay, it may need something more than a jump drive, because again, it's 330 gigabytes, so I may need some type of
an actual hard drive. Okay, let me see if we could grab one tonight, and I'll make sure somebody drops it off to you tomorrow.
Sounds good, sir.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for the update. You and your client go.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good one.
You do the same. All right, Mr. Stevens, are you working? Everything working now?
Everything's working now, Judge. Sorry about that.
That's all right. We're on the record, 23 CCR 236833, State of Texas versus Jacqueline Ybarra. Why don't you give me an update?
Okay, Judge. I think that I have all discovery in the case. I did receive an offer, I think from, I want to say Colin on the case. I just need a little bit of time to negotiate with Mr. Colin Scoville on this one.
Well, you've got until 10/10 to try to come to a resolution at your next status conference. And honestly, you've got more time than that, but that should be sufficient time for you to negotiate. If you come to a resolution on the case, contact Sarah and you can set it for a plea if need be.
Absolutely. Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Thank you. Yes, you may.
Have
Pretty
a
good.
great day, Judge. Thank you. All right, Miss Scott,
Yes, sir.
is your client going to be here?
She is supposed to be. There she is.
Ah, okay. Now, it's also my understanding that we may need a Mandarin interpreter in this situation.
Correct.
Okay. You were just hired today, though.
Yes.
All right. What I'm going to do is pass today's hearing because I don't have an ISR form nor a Mandarin interpreter present. Our next scheduled status conference is on October 10th at 2:30 p.m. If you would please go ahead and submit an ISR form today, and we'll have a Mandarin interpreter present for her at the next hearing.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Scott.
right.
Ms. Fu, you're free to go.
Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you, sir. And
Judge. They have a setting tomorrow,
They have a setting tomorrow?
the compliance hearing tomorrow.
Yeah,
Ah,
we passed that one as well.
do you have your discovery?
I do have discovery. This is the one that I was on, but I withdrew because of some communication issues, but we got those worked out. We're all set on the same page, so I do have discovery.
Will you just submit the log and then you and your client don't need to be there?
Okay, will do. I'll
Very
talk to Colin afterwards.
Annie, do you have the DVD?
I don't know if I have the DVD. I have to check. I do remember picking something up with her name on it, so I may, but I have to go back through and see.
Okay, just let me know if you don't.
Okay, will do.
All right. You're free to go. And submit that log before tomorrow's hearing at 1:30.
I will get that in today.
Very good. Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye-bye.
Okay. That concludes today's docket. Thank you all.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good rest of the day, sir.
You do the same.